Hello, ladies. So, this is the video from last Wednesday evening. So, I just thought we would watch it together, and I'll stop and say some things along the way. So, a lot of the things I'll do are nitpicky, and a lot of things I'll say are my opinion because a lot of these points you could look at them from different angles. So, that was a good shot by Peg at the end there. But personally, I think I would have preferred to see at this moment here. Let's see. Okay, the point starts. Boom. So that's a good call. Now if I'm DeFalco, I'm just not closing in this close because the highest percentage lob is cross court, and I think there's a high probability that Peg is going to lob it. And if she didn't lob it, she'd be driving from pretty far away, which I wouldn't be too worried about. The lob goes up. Now Jana's got to cover it going to her backhand, that gives Peg a really good look on her forehand, and that's a really nice shot by Peg. So again, just a different way of looking at it, but it's really hard to say that DeFalco and Jana did anything wrong because at the end, Peg did end up hitting a very nice shot. That's a great lob. That's a great lob. So that's just a bit of a panic shot. So you're here. You're clearly not an offense. You're on the same side of the court. That's just got to be a simple pop. Maybe hopefully hit it deep back to Peg and start the point. Good. There it is. That's it. So if you can hear me saying, I don't know if you, I'm with the way I record the video of me talking over it. I'm not sure you can hear what I'm saying, but I'm sitting there telling Jana how wonderful she is for hitting the shot, and not looking at it, I'm not sure I agree. So one could argue that Jana went down the middle and she did her job, but one could also argue that she's going down the middle near Kathleen, who's still up, even though she's backpedaling a little bit. She's still up. She hit it to the short player, and now Kathleen's got a lot of room to drive it into Jana's feet, which she does, and then this happens. So, again, uh, it's hard. The words right and wrong often don't really apply. It just, especially when you get a second chance to look at it, if you could do it again, is this how you would have done it? And I'm more of a I like to stay more conservative at these parts of the point, and then try to build up to a better opportunity to be aggressive. Good deep ball, Peg. That's it. Good. That's good D. Oh, I like this point. That's good playing, Kathleen. That's a good low ball. God, if I keep stopping like this, it's gonna take forever, John, isn't it? But I'll tell you what I like. So, I like this situation a little bit better. Jana's up a little bit, but DeFalco's is kind of parked on the service line, defending the lob. And then that's a great shot right there, DeFalco. Didn't force it. Kathleen could be probably coming in right now because that is a really good lob. They're clearly, you got two people scurrying back, but Peg saw that, and you can see she's coming in. Good ball. That's a good play. That's a tough shot, Kathleen. Look at that. High backhand. You know, it's funny, the idea of what it means to hit a low ball. So look where Kathleen hits this ball. Look how high it is above the net. It's probably about 3 feet over the net. But look where it is when it actually gets near somebody. Now it's below the net line. So just because you hit it a few feet over the net doesn't mean it's not a low ball. Good shot, Kathleen. Ooh, that's nice. Oh man, that's too good, Peg. Well, sometimes you hit a nice. Sometimes you do good and they do gooder. Too good. Too good. It's alright. Say it again. You know, I don't mind that. I'll tell you why. Even though you backpedaled, you can see you you definitely get your feet underneath you. I say go big. Sometimes you go big, sometimes you miss. Ooh, that's good. Way to communicate. There you go. There it is. That's the shot you want to work on. DeFalco, the high backhand, shoulders turn. Now, it's kind of a technique thing. So your shoulders are turned. Your instep is facing the net. It basically means your left toe's facing me. Your balance on your left foot, your knees bent, you're very balanced. You're pivoted on your right toe. And then, that's a tough shot. But you're balanced, you open up. That's a pretty shot. Oh. At this moment, Peg, I'm nitpicking. I'd be closing because I'm just not worried. But at this moment when I... Oops, sorry. Wrong button. One thing I do know, DeFalco's not going to put it through it. She's not going to hit an offensive shot in the sense that she's going to hit it hard. She might hit an offensive shot by hitting a drop shot. That's what she did. So when you hit a ball to someone's high backhand like that, race in because that's probably about the only thing that's going to happen. Smart play. Ooh, that's awesome. I was just saying that. So let's watch this one again. So I love this. One thing I'll say about this point: there's no shame in losing this point. So high ball, DeFalco's back, hits this nice neutralizing deep ball. Peg follows up with a beautiful drive. DeFalco hits a perfect shot, but Kathleen had some good movement here. So watch. So the ball's now Kathleen. This is real subtle stuff, but this is super duper important. Ball's going into DeFalco's feet. You can see Kathleen's moving in and anticipating the shot that she got. Boom! That is great, great doubles. Way to call it. That's good. Now, here we go. Man, that's good play. So now, I love this. So DeFalco's the deep player, right? She's covering the lob. Lob goes over Jana's head. She calls it. So right at this point, Jana's going me, 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 me. DeFalco hears that. She goes back, looking for this ball, that's well hit down the middle. And now, but she should know that Jana's behind her. So DeFalco can afford to be a little aggressive on the net because if there's another lob, Jana's there. And so I would maybe argue that forced Kathleen into a more aggressive lob. But either way, this is called positive court position. So basically, what that really means, it means it's a little bit situational, but the ball's in the middle of the court. DeFalco's in front of the ball, and Jana's behind her. And you can see if there's a lob almost anywhere in this position, Jana could easily track it down. Ignore that one. Perfect. Again, perfect play. Perfect shot. That's good. So one of my sayings I like, it's kind of a football saying, but it's like bend, don't break. All it means is like stay in there, fight, keep fighting. So this is a great shot. Now look at this. DeFalco does something awesome. She hits it. So because she kind of popped it up high, she has time to recover right back to the service line. So that makes that shot doable. And she owns this shot, by the way. Look at that touch. Great shot, DeFalco. And, and then what I also like here at the end is that both Jana and DeFalco close in, because at this moment, both Jana and DeFalco are giving up the lob. So if Kathleen can come running in like on this shot and flick it over your head, you would say nice shot. But that's perfect. Good stuff. Perfect. That's it. Great. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. All right. New person. Good lob. Way to call it. That's a nice shot to Falco. But I'm trying to kind of focus on things that some of the more subtle stuff. Again, so DeFalco says me. You can see the second here. You can see. Watch Kathleen. Me. She goes back in, and she's. That's really important. Damn, that's awesome. But now one thing, again, maybe not so subtle, but this. Watch what DeFalco does. She hits it here. Sorry, just bear with me here. This shot, when DeFalco takes this ball right here back to Jana, that keeps Peg in the middle of the court right there. So that makes that shot not as crazy. That is not because of Peg's court position in the middle, that alley is open. That's good. Good ball. Oh. That's a good. Okay, so here's if I keep stopping like this, ladies, this is gonna take forever. But this is good stuff. All right, so good deep ball by Jana. Jana comes racing back in. What I love is Peg holds her spot. She stays right in the middle. So this is where the thing, there's that saying in doubles, middle solves that riddle. But I would argue, if you're somewhat in a non-aggressive position, which I would argue DeFalco is right there, and there's a very balanced net player in the middle of the court. Now Peg's not smack dab on the tee, but she is in the middle of the court. I would make the argument, I wouldn't even go near her. I would just pop this ball back to Jana, because now that happens. But again, that's a little nitpicky. Oh, there it is again. Oh, there it gets. I was going to show. Again, what makes this shot work, DeFalco, is that it's that pivoting on your left leg. Yeah, so your shoulders are turned, but your weight's on your left, and you're very balanced. Even for a tiny little person like you, high balls are not that hard. And that's a great neutral ball. And what I also like is that you can clearly read Jana's racket. She's going to drive it. You both close in, and you draw the error. That's good Buick doubles. Nice shot. Nice. That's really when you want to go for that angle, when you're that close in. Well inside the service line. You got in the previous shot, actually, this is very similar to the last ball, a few points ago. I'm sorry. DeFalco sets his shot up nicely for herself. Down the middle. You can see both. Well, you can't really see Jana, but she's in the middle. And so is Peg. And then middle angle. Let's watch that one more time. Middle angle. One more, actually, let me start the whole thing over again, too. There is very good communication. Sorry, I rewound too much. So, Kathleen took a step to hit it because that's her forehand in the middle. Um, I would say in most cases I would probably have the ad player take it, but again, that is situational, you know. But what I do like is Tefalco clearly called it, and what I like is Kathleen got out of her way. So she goes, "Mine." Watch Kathleen. Just she stays away, and that gives. Look at how much room she's giving Tefalco to operate. Middle creates the angle. Wicked. Nice touch. Um, let's watch that again. Sorry, I just got a text, so I wasn't paying attention. What just happened there? All right, high ball. Good ball to let bounce. You know, I like how you played this, Kathleen. I mean, obviously the last shot, don't love, but kind of a floater at short. You could have taken it out of the air. Really no benefit. You knew it was going to pop up. Hit a great drop shot. But then you can see you just get stuck. You should be moving into that floater. And boop. Good. That is a ball to be aggressive on, but you just got to go after it. You got to move in through it. Good ball. That's nice drive, Jana. Good, nice drive. Good set. Good finish, Peg. There you can see. You can just kind of see let that ball drop. And you can see it's almost in high. It's out in. It's almost a high volley more than an overhead there. That's all right. Ooh, perfect. Nice setup, Jana. Nice finish. And you just tried to make it too good. Just tried to make it too good. Didn't have to be that good. 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 Oh, that's pretty. I love points like that. Just love them. It's like synchronized swimming. Nice control. You got to look. You have both Peg and Jana smack dab like in a line, and there you go. Boom. You saw that. Good. So I don't know if you heard me what I just said there, Kathleen. I said that has to be a backhand, and I thoroughly do not agree with myself. So that ball is coming smack dab at you. Now, um, you actually to taking that as a forehand, I have no problem with that. If that the shot you went for, it's kind of it's there, but I feel like you kind of have to go. You have to go. Well, you had to go meet that ball inside the service line when it's still up high to make this shot work. But you kind of let it come to you, and now it's getting dangerously close to the net. Now all of a sudden, this shot gets much more difficult. So to say you did the wrong thing, I don't think is fair. But what I would say is because you are coming out of transition from the baseline, I think I would have preferred to see you hit it back to Jana and stay in the point and then looking for that shot down the road. Huh. Yeah, whatever. Just making sure you're staying awake there, Peg. That's a good ball like that. That's a nice touch. See, you didn't make it too good. She got a racket on it, but that's all right. And she's quick, so if it works against Jana, it's going to work against a lot of people. That's good. Short. Yep, that's nice. So you look where you're hitting that. That middle is definitely open. You can be aggressive down the middle without crushing it because you're moving in and Peg's moving back. Eh. Well, I think it just yeah. I guess from this point of view, I see why you went for that. I think I gave you a lot of grief that night for the shot. There is some decent amount of room there, but I just think it's too early, too soon. That makes sense. Too much too soon. Now that you can see, you got to get. There's no like you're almost turning to your left where you should be turning to your right. So you're all crossed up. If you're going to take that as a forehand, you got to be kind of getting yourself out of the way of the ball. Or at that point, you almost have to go down the line just because your body is so lined up to go that way. Good. I love these points. Crazy town. So you got it. Boom. I mean, you really could have. You can see you going down the line, Jen. It's not horrible. It's just you just put a little too much crazy on it. It was there for you. Yep. Making sure Peg's awake. Way to cover. Ooh, that's pretty. Good plan, Peg. But I do like this. This is the shot you wanted to work on, DeFalco. So I just want to keep highlighting it for you. That's pretty. Nice jab. Way to close. That's perfect. So what I like, Kathleen calls for it. DeFalco gets in offensive position, and that's a great overhead. Yeah, yeah. There's a little confusion between Kathleen and DeFalco, so I thought it was smart. DeFalco was just trying to play it smart, play it safe, but everybody misses. That's nice. That's a good. I think that's where to me. Well, this is kind of an interesting point. It may not seem like interesting, but I think it's very interesting. So I I hit it deep to Jana. She's at least a few feet behind the baseline, I'm guessing. Falco's kind of assuming she's going to lob it, which I think is a safe assumption. She doesn't lob it, but then well, I'm not sure Falco hit exactly what she meant to hit there, but this is just kind of outlines the danger of when you're in trouble, which right now. How did that happen? Wait, hold on. Wait, how did that happen? Come back down here. Sorry, technical difficulties. Okay, so why? It's backwards. backwards. Okay, so right now, this is probably not a wonderful spot. Probably not a wonderful spot for DeFalco. So at this point, this shot really needs to go back into Jana's alley. Because at least Jana would have to come racing in to hit it, whereas Peg is very set, jumps on it perfectly, and it did. And that's good. That's really nice, Peg. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, that's again, some of these kind of like poopy lobs that you get, like this is kind of a poopy lob. I think it's better to let it bounce, just because trying to take that out of the air. And that's good. Now you're down the middle. That's perfect. You know, and you went for the right shot. You just missed. That's all right. Ooh, it's Peg's turn. Perfect. Nice. Nice shot. Can't worry about that. Good D. Wait. So Peg's got a nice overhead. So I think it's smart that DeFalco goes lob lob. So lob one, defensive shot two. Not exactly a lob, but it's a lob. But she's definitely thinking more defense on Peg's overhead. That's the shot you know. That's the shot you should be trying to hit. And good. Look at your weight's on your left. You're balanced. You'll get that. It's getting there. It's close. It's close. DeFalco goes for the sneak attack. Good hands up there. Good hands. Yeah, so again, this is a little nitpicky, but I'll say it anyway. That's it. Hold on. So let's see, the high ball goes up, pushes Peg back. So Peg is no longer in an offensive position. So I would really try to get this ball back to DeFalco's side of the court, away from Jana. Because Jana's in an offensive position. Now Peg and Kathleen are both back, and now that's going to be a tough shot. And that worked. But I would also say this. Kathleen did a very good job at defending from here. And then from here, I would say both of Peg and Kathleen really need to kind of scurry back to the service line. But even still, I think that's a very makeable ball that Peg got. So I'll just move on from this one. Yeah. Boom. Good point. Oh, I think you took your eye off that one. Good ball to Falco. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good play, Peg. But on this shot right here, let's see. Let's get there. This is a nice offensive shot. I would close into the service line right now. Because if you're at the service line, that's a much easier volley. It all worked out, but I think you made it just a little bit more difficult. That's it. That's tough. That's tough. That's a little crazy. That's perfect, Kathleen. That's nice. Good. But really, to me, you just made you made a good choice on that first ball because that's not an easy ball. I think well, two things happen. I think the reason you're on the service line, Kathleen, is that you're anticipating a higher ball, a deeper ball. So I don't mind your court position now, but because DeFalco does a pretty good job of actually hitting it low, but you don't panic. You just tap it. If that ball goes down the middle, Jana's there to pounce on it. But because you got it down DeFalco's alley, the whole point changes. And then, kind of the same thing. That's really really good. That's top notch. Keeping Jana awake there. I think DeFalco, you just got to hit that ball higher. It's a good ball, like Kathleen. That's awfully generous feeds you're giving him, DeFalco. I'm not sure if that's it or not, but that's the ball you got to be offensive with. Oh, crazy. Great. There it is. That's it, Peg. That's a nice, nice control. Nice, solid control. That's the ball. That's it. Look at that. See these? That's perfect. Sometimes shots that you have no intention of being a winner become winners. I just, I mean, I think it's because they're backed off the net. I think it's tempting to try to go low at them. But if you really can't blow their ankles off, I think this point gets away from you. So what I'm saying right now is, DeFalco, if I'm you, I might just throw it up. You know. So like these shots, DeFalco, I think they need to go like up over the lights. Like just get them back. Perfect. Nice. Oh, almost got that. Good ball, Peg. Good ball, Peg. Good ball, Peg. Ooh, good point. Nice hands, Kathleen. Good call. Way to get out of the way. I like that. Perfect. Nice control. Nice. Way to stay with it, Peg. Nice. All right. Well, that's tough. That's a nice rip. That's awesome. So, just maybe from a technique point of view, Jana, you can see how kind of open you are. Kind of the whole. You, you would definitely want to be more shoulders turned. You're very open here, so you don't, So when you hit it, you're really probably a little more open than you want to be. But I'll leave that alone for a second. But what I would also say is that off and overhead, if I'm the deep player, which you are right now, I'm probably not going to close in much past the service line because my expectation on an overhead like that, I think they're going to lob it. And so now You're obviously pretty quick, but I would have just been a little bit further back. I think you could have tracked that down. Maybe not that one because that was a hell of a shot, but I think you should be looking for the lob there personally. That's good. That's a good bat. That's a good shot. Boom. Well, there you go. Nice. So right here at this moment, so Peg is hitting up kind of a difficult high backhand, and she kind of puts a lot of air underneath it. And so both of you are well inside the service line. Actually, and that worked out well. So what do I know? Watch that again. So I guess that worked out well. I'm gonna move on from that one. Good setup, good finish. Good. Good. Boom. That's good playing. Good playing. Good deep ball. Yeah. Good deep ball. Oh boy. Oh boy. So at this at that moment, Jana, I would be sliding to my left because I would rather see you try to take some of these as a forehand. That thing's up there for a while. Also, if you are well inside the service line, I think that shot's there. And I understand DeFalco's in the middle of the court, and it looks like there's a ton of room there, but I think that's a dicey shot. I'd rather see you go cross court to Kathleen and then stay in the point and maybe look for that shot down the road. That'll work. So now, okay, so this now look when you're going down the line. You're moving inside the service line. Almost the same. DeFalco's in the same spot, but that shot gets a lot easier to make when you're inside the service line like that, moving forward too. I like that shot too. Well, that's a good ball, Kathleen. I'll tell you what, had a backhand. So this is one of my favorite shots in doubles because Kathleen didn't hit it down the middle. She hit it in the space between the two players because Peg went to cover her alley, which in that situation I might not cover my alley. I mean, I'm nitpicking here. I might on a ball like this where Kathleen's running to her backhand, I might leave the alley open. Um, but still, but that's totally fine that you covered the alley. And actually, uh, Jana did the right thing. She was in the middle, so you can see that this ball that she's taking, even though it's to her forehand, it's it's in that space between them, and there's gonna be a lot. And then I look at DeFalco. She is perfectly placed, perfectly in the middle of the court. That if an easy ball comes to DeFalco, you've got Jana and Peg on the same side of the court. So that is so in other sports you always hear about it moving without the ball. I would argue that Kathleen hit a wonderful shot, but I would also argue with DeFalco's court position that could have affected Jana's decide to go back to Kathleen like that. So, but just you just plunk yourself down there and make them deal with you. That's good, awesome. Good lob, good lob. Oh, good miss, good miss. I thought that was gonna go in. Ooh, good playing, good playing. All right, the Falco. Boom. So that's a good shot, Peg. Beautiful drive. Now I'm gonna nitpick here again. So here, look at that. Look at that low ball. I would love to see Jana just attacking the net and like almost moving to the net strap because especially with DeFalco's ball staying low, I would completely give up my alley. But having said that, DeFalco takes right off the ball. That's a good ball, Peg. Yeah, you must have just taken right off it. That's all right. Boom. That's beautiful. Nice. Nice. That's. Oh, I'd see now. Actually, Jenna, you're looking for that ball now. So this is kind of where I like Janet taking this ball given her court position. She is moving to the ball inside the service line. One could also argue it's DeFalco's because she's moving in and it's her forehand. So it's not really a who's right or who's wrong situation. That's just got to be communicated. Like, hey, I know you hit that ball low and flat. I'm closing in. So, because then now they kind of get in each other's way. You can just feel that. But no one's wrong there. I don't know. I don't know if you can hear me, but what I'm kind of demoing here is what I considered a poach versus. All right, so I'll just tell you what I'm doing right now. All right, so one of my things I try to focus on is like if I'm in the net, if I'm at the net, and if I and DeFalco hits a nice ball down the middle, you see where I'm trying to take it from. I don't move, and then I just kind of try to reach, and I'm pretty much useless. In my opinion, that is not poaching. This is poaching. So I'm gonna anticipate where the ball is gonna go. I'm gonna leave my post. I move now. Now look where I am. Now obviously the risk is that I've left my alley open, but the reward is that DeFalco's already made up her mind to go cross court or middle, and I have a play on it. So then I almost killed Jana. Sorry, Jana. Good ball. That's it, Kathleen. That's perfect. That's a really good shot. That wasn't a bad ball to Falco. Ooh, I like that one to Falco. Ooh, that's it, Jana. So look, I want to see when Jana moves. Ball. Move. Okay, look when she's moving. She's moving actually before. So Jana's moving before the ball is even struck by Peg. She gets in that better position. Now again, if I was going to nitpick, and that's what I do, if we watch Jana's movement, it's just very lateral. Maybe ideally, if we could have go more. So imagine there's a line between the net strap and Jana, and she goes towards that net strap. She would have been able to catch that ball a little bit higher, but she's still able to handle it pretty well. Good job. Good ball to Falco. Ooh, that's tough. Again, that's a nice shot because, well, I would argue Kathleen could have moved over more. So look how far off the court Peg is. Now I can't say that Kathleen would have even gotten that one if she moved over more, but I think it would have helped. Good move, Kathleen. Well, that's good stuff. Way to stay with it, DeFalco. If you're gonna make a move like that, Kathleen, you probably need to put a little more stick on it. The other thing, Peg, is when she makes that move, you need to start moving to the middle. That's good stuff, DeFalco. Smart play, Kathleen. A little high. So I like how Kathleen plays this first one. Just kind of stay in the point mode. And Peg gets a good look. She can, but you can see sends it kind of high. So DeFalco is able to move in, and then she's able to go low, and that's a problem. Good stuff. Good move. Good, strong move. Keep doing that, Kathleen. It's strong. That's good. That's awesome, Peg. So you can see, watch Jana's movement. The ball goes to the middle, and her first step is to cover that alley, which is one of those funny little things because that's not wrong. Because I know Peg has that shot down the line, but you can see the ball's in the middle of the court, and basically DeFalco is guarding her alley, Jana is guarding her alley, and no one is guarding the middle of the court. So there could have, and boom, so again, this comes down to communication. There's two ways this could have been played. Basically DeFalco could have shifted to the middle, and Jana could have shifted to the alley, and I would do that if you've seen a pattern of Peg ripping that forehand down the line, which I've seen her do. So that's one reason. Another way to do it would be both players kind of guard the middle and, well, make it easy. The other way to do it would be Jana stays more in the middle, and Jana stays on the middle tee, and DeFalco stays on her side tee. Wish I could move you guys around here. Another way you could do it though is that you would both this is one of the more difficult situations. Let me start this over. What I would have definitely done is I would have had Jana close in super tight. I would have tried to get Jana on top of the net because I would want her to take. The closer Jana gets to the net, she can cover the middle and her line. If then DeFalco could have stayed back, and that might have been like where she is right now, and if there was a lob, she could have covered it. Because the one shot I'm not worried about at this moment, if I'm DeFalco, I am not overly concerned about my alley. That's a difficult inside-out shot. What I would be worried more about is a lob or a ball down the middle or into Jana's alley. So if I'm DeFalco, I would probably slide over. I'm moving on because that's probably all more confusing than helpful at this point. Was that in? That's a good try though. That's a smart play there. That's good lob. That's good. Good low ball. See again, if I'm Jana, I would be pressing. I would be really at this moment now. I see it. I would move in and really force Peg to come up with an amazing shot. Boom, that's pretty. That's a good pickup, Jana, because that's a good drive. Boom, right there. Again, that's where, now this, where that shot's not there to Falco. You just got to go back down the middle. You got to be in staying, you got away with it, but you got to be in stay in the point mode. Boom. And Jana, you just got caught in no ladies land. Boom. I just love that, Jana. Kathleen's hitting the shit out of the ball. I would just play on, I'd say, well, that's a difficult feed, so different story. Ooh, that's it to Falco. Be ready, hands up. Good volley, Kathleen. Boom. Way to be ready for that reflex volley, DeFalco. That's a good rip, Kathleen. Okay, remember, I remember when I saw this the first time. Remember that, because I'm giving Kathleen grief about this, and she said, well, I want to try some new stuff. And I say something effective, well, your backhand's on fire right now. But remember that. We'll come back to this moment, because she actually makes it work for her in a roundabout way. Stay tuned. That's a tough lob. So okay. This shot right here, Kathleen has just gotta. I would just hit a lollipop back to Gianni. You might have been trying to do that. That was just a difficult shot. But so Kathleen hit a really solid ball down the line, right? And she didn't win the point. But I'm going back 2 points now. So even though Peg kind of guards the alley, she went. I'm going back 2 points here. This will all make sense in a second. This is that first ball that Kathleen kind of sliced down the middle. Even though Peg took like one step to the alley when Kathleen went wide, she's still very much in a position to guard a softball down the middle. And Kathleen hits a softball down the middle, and that happens. The next shot, Kathleen rips it down the line. Boom. So even though Peg's there, she's there, and Kathleen wins the point. It was worth doing that because that. I remember this when I was editing it. That. So, because Kathleen worked. So the first time she tried to do this shot, it didn't work because Peg's parked in the middle of the court. Boom. So to get rid of Peg, she does this. Even though Peg's there, the way Kathleen struck that ball, it tells me I have this shot down the line. You need to worry about it. And then on the next shot, on this shot, all of a sudden that middle opens up. Now I'm not saying it's the greatest shot, but I'm just saying that if Kathleen wants to use that drop shot in the middle of the court, you got to get rid of the net player, and she did. Now, whether it's the right shot or not, that's another story. But at least you can see the kind of progression of what you need to do to keep the middle open. Good angle. That's good. And I'll tell you, this is a subtle thing that DeFalco does. So here's a quality cross-court rip. Look how far in the middle of the court DeFalco still is. You're just daring Jana to take that difficult ball down the line. That's subtle stuff that often it's overlooked. Boom, that's huge, Kathleen. That's pretty. That's a good point. So, the last time when I think it was DeFalco went down the middle, I made a mess of trying to explain the best way to cover it. But that also kind of tells you there's no perfect answer on some of this stuff. So now Kathleen kind of rips it, and you'll see both Kathleen and DeFalco are kind of guarding the middle, and that might be the best bet too. Um, so there's a lot of different ways to do this. Kathleen gets a good look. That's pretty. Boom. And look at this setup volley. So look, Kathleen hits a good volley. There's a 100% chance Janet's going to get a racket on this. But what makes it good is that it's pulled Janet to the middle. Now look at where DeFalco is. DeFalco could not be more ready, and I'm pretty sure she knows what she's going to do because Kathleen pulled Janet to the middle, and this by default opens up Janet's alley. But I would argue this. I mean, obviously, I can't read DeFalco's mind, but I would say at this moment, DeFalco knows what's going to happen. Well, I'd like to think DeFalco's brain is saying, if this ball comes to me, I'm going to Janet's alley because and look how that's not an easy ball. But I guarantee you, DeFalco did not have a lot of time to think this through. She had already had a plan. Now she didn't know if it was going to be a forehand or backhand or in it, or if it was even going to come to her. So that's kind of like that idea of like, if it comes to me, this is what I'm going to do. If it doesn't come to me, it's not my problem. Good ball. That's a little high though. That's a that's a smart play. Take that. Just went. I love how Peg went just right back to Kathleen because she didn't try to force the shot through DeFalco, who's clearly ready. So you can see Kathleen hits it. She's still kind of recovering, and she doesn't have the kind of time she needs to get ready for that. That's good play. Good duck. Perfect. I think it's a great time to stay home and duck. Boom. Good ball down the middle. Yeah, that's great. Boom. That's good. Boom. That's a rip. Good. So that's the one time you weren't ready for that, Falco. Let's see where your eyes were. You can see you can see DeFalco is 100% expecting that ball to go to Jana. But Kathleen has been doing a really good job of ripping the ball down the line. So to me, if I'm DeFalco, every time Kathleen gets an easy ball, I'm going to make the assumption that she's going to rip it down the line or near peg, because if she doesn't, I'll have time to just follow the ball back to Jana. But you can see you're not ready because you're not even looking. You're just assuming she's going to Jana. So let's just say, for example, why does that keep happening? So at this moment right here, and actually now the ball's coming, so you know it's an easy ball to Kathleen. Now, DeFalco, you are much more squared looking at peg, and but as you'll see, okay, the ball doesn't go. Look how much time the ball doesn't go to peg. Look how much time you have just to follow it, and as the ball goes to Jana. Ooh, good lob. It's good playing. It's good playing, Jana. So I like this point from Jana because it's I call this controlled aggression. So good ball. First of all, that's a great shot from here. It's a good lob. That's a smart play. Hit it back where it came from, away from DeFalco, into the open court. See, that's an aggressive shot, but it's not nuts. That's an aggressive shot, and it's not nuts, and it wins you the point. Good. And I don't like that shot. I'd push that ball back to Jana. Boom. I like that shot. That's all right. your footwork there. Kind of hit. You guys put a little bit more loop on that. Kind of probably a little more low to high. Yeah. Beautiful rip. Can't worry about that. Can't worry about that. It's too good, Jana. Great defense. Boom. But to me, that shot right there, Jana, you've just started the process. You've just started the process of taking this point away from Kathleen and DeFalco. So Kathleen hits a big ball. You get a good defensive shot. DeFalco gets tippy toes it. It is not. It doesn't need to be go time. I would say the middle to cross court would be a much better option there. Let's ignore that one. Nice rip. Nice ball. That's just good stuff, Kathleen. Again, I think that's kind of aggressive, but not out of control. That's a good ball, Peg. That's good. That's tough. That's a good volley. Nice, good ball. Strong move. Well, that's good doubles right there. That's classic doubles. Look. Peg locks DeFalco in that spot. Kathleen is looking. Kathleen is moves. She's moving right before DeFalco hits it. And perfect spot for that shot. And she's moving. So look where Kathleen is right now. So her heels are almost on the baseline. And watch her path of movement. So forward, forward. Starts going diagonal. Nice footwork, Kathleen. That's dynamite. Good setup, Peg. Boom. That's it. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. I think. Let's watch that one again. That's good. Boom. So, one of the big questions is when you poach, which Kathleen is clearly poaching. At this, a lot of it has to do with where DeFalco is. So if we can kind of see the number 14, but kind of over it, Jana's left shoulder. If, let's just say, for example, Peg had hit a ball, should hit this ball. We just kind of use our imagination. Let's say she didn't hit it cross court to DeFalco, but she had hit it much more to the middle, like where the number 14 is. The shot that Kathleen hits would make a lot more sense because no one would be home. But because Kathleen poaches on a cross court ball and DeFalco is still cross court, she's still in that area. I would have gone more. But now it's basically Kathleen took that ball behind her, and there's just no way the Peg's going to be able to get over there. So they're almost on the same side of the court, and that's an easy shot. But again, that's nitpicky. That's still a good move by Kathleen. That's still a great shot by DeFalco. That's good, Jana. Oh, man. You got to do more with that one, DeFalco. So let's see what happened here. So it's a strong move by Jana. I like that. Really, you couldn't do much anything more aggressive than that, but you're still very much in the point. That's a good ball. That's a really good approach shot, Peg, because I think DeFalco is trying to do the right thing a lot, but it's just a good ball. It's hard to do. Oh, that's a strong move, Jana. Look when Jana leaves. She's she's gone, man. Clearly affected Peg shot. That's a good shot to Falco. And I love this play by Kathleen. So look at this ball. Deep into the corner. That is it. I would, if I'm Kathleen, I am doing that all day, and I'm just saying, nice shot. Nice shot to Falco. Oh, you're got excited. Boom. They got to be moving forward into that. It's gonna be hard to see through Peg, but see, that is such. I think you can tell. That's such a lateral movement, Jana. There's just no weight coming forwards. Then you end up poaching, kind of hitting off your back foot. You can kind of see here. I mean, the ball's sitting up for you, but you're almost going diagonally backwards. It feels like. Sorry, I was just petting Ziggy. He's looking cute right now. He's snoring next to me. Hi, Ziggy. Hi, Ziggy. Okay. Oh, I like that shot, Peg. That's so. DeFalco likes his little sneak attack move. So she's now clearly she's in no man's land. I can feel it. That's the danger that if you're playing someone like Peg who's got that big gun, if you can't get to that service line and take it out of the air, it really kind of hits you in the short. You have to short hop it, or it hits you in the ankles, and that's tough. So sometimes I would argue it's just better to stay back and lob and try to get yourself out of a pickle. Now, that time I fed it. I think DeFalco snuck in before I fed it, or before. Well, no, that's different. So now DeFalco, this is different because DeFalco. Look how far DeFalco gets in. Now she's on the service line. Now that makes more sense. If you can get in that close before they whack it, then I guess you should do it, or you can do it. Ooh, that's a strong move by Jana. Watch this. See ya. And then I kind of like that too. Then on the next ball, oops, what happened? On the next ball, almost the exact same ball, Jana stays home. Gets a pretty good look there. Hey. That's a good ball. So, this is probably a video for another time, but I'm a big fan of an aggressive one up, one back, and what that means is, Peg rips it. Kathleen gets in really close. I mean, she's more than halfway up the service box, and so when she gets up that close, there's just no way she can cover her own lob really, unless it's just a really really short lob. But I think this is the situation you want. Is that if the ad player coming in, so the one up one back I think works a little bit better on the ad side, because if the ball goes down the middle to someone's forehand and you don't like your backhand volley, you're going to have more success with your backhand volley when you're on top of the net, because you'll get more shanks in. Also, if there's a lob and it goes over your head like this, assuming your partner on the ad side in Peg's position is right-handed, this is a pretty good look. That's the situation. Whether she takes it on the balance or into the air, that's a ball that I think we all want. Boom. That's good. Good ball. Same thing. And that's a good ball. That's perfect time to go down the middle, because you get both players around the service line. It's anybody's ball. They both kind of reach for it. Boom. Good close. Love that. That's strong tennis, Peg and Kathleen. So Peg hits a beautiful shot. Boom. Kathleen closes in perfectly. Peg hits another perfect shot. Man, that might be one of my favorite shots, my favorite points of the drill. Boom. Good hands. Way to just keep your hands up, Jana. Good things will happen. Let's see where Kathleen was doing. So, so again, if your partner's got a big, let me start over. I strongly encourage my partner to take their shots down the line, but it's really important that if I'm the net player and my partner, I know she wants to take shots down the line, I got to be ready for these reflex volleys. So all that really means is I got to keep my eyes on Jana first, and I think Kathleen's got her eyes on DeFalco, and she's just not ready to handle that. Not that she would have made it because that was a good volley by Jana, but I think she could have been more ready for that. So, can't worry about that. That's good stuff. Good playing. Boom. That's a good shot to Falco. Boom. That's a good serve to Falco. Probably need to be moving into that return more, Kathleen. You got there. Let's just call it a good serve. That's a good serve. Good serve. Pulls her out wide or to the middle. I like that move too. I like what I like how Peg followed the ball. I think that made it more difficult for Jana. Good serve. Ooh, that's good. Boom. Nice serve. Nice overhead. That's it. Nice. No shame in that point. That's a good point. Good serve, Kathleen. Good serve, Kathleen. Boom. Oh, right idea. So let's look at that one again. What I just heard myself saying to you, Peg, is that you should have gone down the middle one more time, but I'm not 100% sure I agree with myself. I love good way to just that. This is subtle stuff, Peg, but just watch your movement here. This is a good return by DeFalco. Just that's an aggressive there. That's aggressive. Just you're not going to get very far because DeFalco hit it hard, and so but at least you took those aggressive steps. Boom. And so I don't. So what I told you to do is go back down the middle again, and I don't agree with myself, Peg, and I'll tell you why. Because you hit a good ball. It's a good ball down the middle, and look at your court position. I think you had every right to hit the shot you did. You didn't make it, but so what? That was the right idea. That's a smart play to Falco. You just balls at your ankles. Just reset the point by getting it on Kathleen's racket, and then the point's over. So there you go. All right. So I apologize. I had run out of memory on my camera, so I only got DeFalco and Kathleen serving. But that's a wrap. I hope you enjoy it. See you soon.